Australia are through to the Women's World Cup quarterfinals, and with leading star Sam Kerr finally making an appearance, albeit off the bench, the Matildas will fancy their chances of going all the way. Caitlin Foord scored a fine opener for the hosts just before the half-hour mark before Hayley Raso doubled the co-hosts' advantage midway through the second half. Co-hosts Australia breezed into the Women's World Cup quarterfinals as they eased to a 2-0 victory over Denmark. The Matildas were arguably far from their best, yet were rarely troubled in Sydney as they put in a solid display that outlines why some are describing them as dark horses for the title. The Danes started brightly, with Pernille Harder having 2 low shots saved, but they found themselves behind against the run of play when Caitlin Foord calmly slotted home from Mary Fowler's pass that seemed to knock the stuffing out of Lars Sondergaard's side, who struggled to find the same attacking rhythm they had shown earlier in the game and provided no response before half-time. Chances remained few and far between after the break, and although Harder had another low effort saved by Mackenzie Arnold, Denmark had completely lost their rhythm. The game was finally put to bed when Australia got their second with 19 minutes left, as Hayley Raso fired clinically into the bottom corner from inside the area. There was even time late on for Tony Gustafsson to bring on Chelsea star Sam Kerr, who was introduced for the first time in the tournament after picking up a calf injury in mid-July. She helped her side comfortably see out the remaining 10 minutes and progress to a quarterfinal against either France or Morocco. Talking point: could Australia go all the way? After hammering Canada in their final group game to book their place in the last 16, Australia put in another impressive display to move through to the quarterfinals. In truth, the Matildas barely had to get out of second gear, but they remained compact and composed in defense and midfield, while they were clinical at the other end. They have never been beyond the last 8 of a World Cup, and either Morocco or France will provide a big test next up, but with the home crowd behind them, perhaps they could be on the brink of history. Wegman defends James after stamp. Varane hits out at FA for pushing players to dangerous level. Player of the match: Caitlin Foord, Australia. The striker was in superb form, with her goal setting the Matildas on their way to another World Cup quarterfinal, a constant outlet on the counter. Australian eyes gazed over to the left wing every time they picked up possession, checking whether the Arsenal forward was available to receive the ball. More often than not she was, and she caused no end of problems for Denmark right-back Rika Sevicki, who was hooked off midway through the second half. Such were the problems that Foord was causing. Player ratings: Australia: Arnold 7. Carpenter 6, Hunt 6, Kennedy 6, Catley 7, Raso 7, Gorey 6, Cooney Cross 8, Foord 8, Fowler 8, Van Egmond 7. Subs: Kerr N. A, Vine N. A, Polkinghorn N. A, Yallop N. A. Subs: Williams, Micah, Nevin, Lewick, Grant, Wheeler, Chidiak, Simon. Denmark: Christensen 6, Sevicki 5, Balasager 6, Boye 6, Veha 6, Thompson 5, Kuhl 6, Holmgaard 6, Madsen 6, Vangsgaard 6, Harder 7. Subs: Gell 6, Brun 6, Hasbo 6, Snurl N. A, Trollsgaard N. A. Subs: Bay, Larson, Jevits, Thogerson, Svava, Fridge, Sorensen. Key moments: 29 feet goal. Australia 1-0 Denmark. Caitlin Foord. Out of nowhere, Australia have the lead. A terrific, blistering counter-attack down the left as Foord is picked out by Mary Fowler's ball from deep, and the forward Cooley converts through the goalkeeper's legs. 1-0. 39 feet Foord comes close again. Brilliant play from the Arsenal striker, who keeps the ball in on the left, cuts in on her right foot and fires a deflected shot narrowly wide. Somehow, the officials miss that the effort clearly hit a Denmark leg last, giving a goal kick instead of a corner. 71 feet goal. Australia 2-0 Denmark. Hayley Raso. That'll do it. Australia double their lead as Hayley Raso receives a pass from Van Egmond in the area and thumps into the far bottom corner. They've got 1 foot in the quarterfinals now. 86 feet Harder clatters wide. Oh, that was a big moment for Denmark. The ball falls nicely for their leading scorer in the area. She's got time and space and it drops nicely onto her foot, but she volleys off target. Key stats: Australia extend their strong run of form to 12 wins from their last 14 matches. This defeat means Denmark have still ever picked up more than 1 victory at a single Women's World Cup.